Guys, I mean, I'm never going to forget this entire trip ever in my entire life, but maybe the most memorable stuff, and I'll put up a reel to tease this at some point, but we went to a snake charming church, and when we say snake charming,
snake handling.
Snake handling,
they're sort of charming them.
I know, we keep saying charming, but like our boy, what's Priyank, yeah, but snake handling, and when we say handling, it's rattlesnakes, guys. And these rattlesnakes had killed multiple members of this pastor's family, be it was his brother and his father, had died at the hands of a rattle.
At the fangs.
And he was still doing it. I mean, it was his life, and they truly believe that these snakes are in God's hands. And if they get bit, they don't really want to go to the hospital. They want to kind of die at the hands of a rattle.
It was insane. Like, we get there, and Ian had reached out to these guys, and they'd given us permission, but I guess they forgot when we got there. So we show up with the camera. They're like, you guys can't film here. We didn't approve this.
Right.
And we're like, kind of just like, please. And he's like, all right, you can see the snakes.
Yeah,
just immediately.
It was kind of like if somebody came up to me and asked me to like, hey, can I film you taking a couple hacks in the old batting cage? And I'm like, no, man, I didn't give you any permission to come here and film. Like, all right, fine. Yeah, I'll take some hacks in the batting cage.
It would be more like this. It would be like if a girl comes up to Leo, can I suck your dick? No, I sort of have a girlfriend. Please.
Shut up, dude.
That would be it. That's really what it was like.
It's pretty. The guy wanted to show us what he can do. I mean, this was his life. You could tell it was like what he thought he was born to do, which was handle some rattlesnakes. Now,
he handled the fuck out of a rattlesnake, dude.
Going into the room where they carry where they had the rattles, the first thing that you hear are the rattles.
The biggest rattlesnake I have ever seen in my life. Probably the most terrifying animal. I saw a lion at the Oakland or the San Francisco Zoo once that was maybe the scariest animal. This rattler was probably the second.
It was like this thick, right?
It was about that tall. It was off the ground.
Yeah, like this was the rattle. Austin, this is how it looked like a fucking anaconda.
It was about
crazy.
If you measured
like an anaconda
if you measured it from the floor as it slithered along the floor to the top of its back was probably about 6 inches. Like the top of a beer can. It was that tall. Yeah. Just this massive. Leo's right. It looked like a constrictor. I'd never seen a rattlesnake this big.
Dude, I guess they were just feeding it.
They feed it all the time. The guy says, I get him rats. He strikes it, and I don't like to have him suffer, so then I take it out and I kill the rat, and then I throw it back in there. But he won't take any frozen rats. He won't take anything, any other nothing frozen, nothing besides rats. I throw rabbits in there sometime. He doesn't like rabbits.
And this snake killed the guy's dad and brother.
And he was still alive. And they truly, there's one passage in the Bible that they believe in, right? And
yeah, it's a passage in Mark. Maybe you can look it up, Austin. Snake handling church passage Mark. There's it might only be a sentence or two that they've based their entire religion around about handling serpents. Because most people think that, they think serpents in the Bible, they think about the Garden of Eden and the fucking serpent that had like Satan in it.
Right.
But these people do not view the snakes as satanic. They view them as vessels of worship.
Right.
And we get up there and it is here we go. And here's the passage, I guess. And these signs shall follow them that believe. In the name shall they cast out devils. They shall speak with new tongues. They shall take up serpents. And if they drink any deadly thing, it shall not hurt them.
Wow.
They shall lay hands on the sick, and they shall recover.
So they did everything. So there was another thing that they did in front of us. Danny was brave enough to taste this poison. But the guy, they were drinking something called
strychnia, I believe.
Yeah.
But it was poison. And the guys, when they were preaching, they were holding candles up to their face to like burn themselves.
Right.
And they were ripping the strychnia, dude.
Yeah.
Just
like
hammering
shots,
it.
bro.
They would save a lot of lives if they just learned what a metaphor is.
Holy shit.
Like in school.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, because
this is a metaphor. This isn't actually talking about drinking poison.
Yeah, and now the thing that's funny about it from my perspective going to Catholic Church, the Catholic Church, it's always like the positive message, like help people, be kind. And that was still the message, like it was help, your fellow man, whoever it is.
Well, they were very kind. They
were so kind, like unbelievably. And, I have to say this, the pastor, you might think that this guy, like, for doing something like that might be like a little crazy or something, but he was like a smart dude.
He let rip a couple anti-homosexuality rants.
That he sure did. We told him Nigo might have been a little bit, on that side, and he's like, well, that's probably why you're having women troubles. Yeah, it was pretty classic. This guy was unbelievable.
Did you say amen?
Yeah, like as a religious people are homophobic.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. He fucking ripped. They really turned it up for the camera, though. Like, it was like an A+ performance. Yeah, they talked about global warming. They went on global warming. They kept the homosexuality stuff relatively brief.
Right.
It was just like and homosexuality? No, the good Lord will not let this pervade.
Yeah, it was very much what kind of the performance of the pastor, though, was intriguing. Like, it was like he was a performer.
I mean, people are going to see it. It was amazing.
It was unbelievable.